Hey guys, something's missing here. I finally got them darn carbs out of here. It's a real trick. You shouldn't be too intimidated. I've just done it like a million times, but it has been a couple years. It's been longer than that since I did some 1000s. 1200 seem to be the ones I worked on the most, like the mid 80s. But anyway, when you open up your fake gas tank here, when you open up this compartment, then you have your little glove box right here. You pull it out, and then you have an air filter. You have to take all the bolts and everything out of the air filter and move it out of the way. That way you can get the carbs out. And it basically, it looks like this. There's the air filter. Bear with me, doing one-handed. And then you pull the air filter out, and you got this air box. And you can see, let me get back in the light, them two bolts right down there, 10mm bolts. You loosen them up, and then it's pretty tough. This one has a couple hoses hooked to the side, and they're a little bit hard to get at because they're like back in here. So you have to figure out the best way for that. But anyway, let me set this back up here. So anyway, you get all those hoses off and everything. And then what I like to do is they need to come out of the left side of the bike. And whenever you talk about a motorcycle, the left or right side, it's always sitting on the seat. Is it the left or the right? So, you know, I hear people say driver's side and passenger side. That's kind of funny. But anyway, they got to come out this way. So you need to take off. Like some of the 1200s, you can leave the boots on. And what I'm talking about is the intake. These are actually intake pipes, and the boots are attached to them. They don't make these anymore, so you don't want to mess them up. But what I normally do is I take them off this side. That way I can pull these this direction and they don't drag. And these I just turned them up so they were out of the way. You can take them off if you want, but it's better to get them out and then take them off. Because like I say, they're fragile. My trick is I take a hair dryer on any bike with rubber boots. I take a hair dryer and heat them up real good. I use a hair dryer because it doesn't get too hot. Heat gun or anything else will just melt them. You don't want to do that. Just take a hair dryer, heat them up real good, and they become pliable and you can pull them right off. So anyway, I know that's not a great explanation there. It's just a quick explanation, a couple little hints. You got some bolts right here. You take those out. There's two on each one, and four pipes. So you got 8 bolts, and then you have your cable that's coming down, and you have to loosen that up. It's kind of tough. You almost have to pull these out a little first, and then so you can get to them, and then take your cables off there. And then of course you unhook your choke cable, loosen that up, and then there's a little arm right here. You just take it out of there. So anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of videos already on YouTube about how to remove them. This is more just about this project in general. And for those of you who are following along, I found out, I guess I could have looked at this earlier. I just took the owner's word for it, but it's actually, oh, I got the light on the other side. Hang on. It's actually a 1978 model. I've been calling it 79. That's what he told me. Now that I'm in here working on it, I see it's actually 1978. So we'll change the description and everything to a 1978 Honda GL 1000 Goldwing. And I got the carbs off right now. I'm going to go through them. This bike's going to get all cleaned up. It's getting a new fuel pump, carburetors rebuilt, new brakes. Fork seals and petcock. Going to get the tank out, get it all cleaned up so it's up and running. I mean, the bike did run a couple years ago. The guy rode it around the parking lot, but it's never been serviced properly. We're going to get all this rust off and make that pretty. If you've been following me any time at all, you know that I love rust. Rust makes me money because that way I pick stuff up real cheap and that just comes right off. Looks brand new when I'm done. So anyway, you can check out some of my previous videos back up a little bit, you'll see all kinds of stuff. I make these things look brand new. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Some of you may notice there's a broken stud right there. Yeah, that was that way. I don't know if he did it or when he got it, but anyway, got the carbs off. Gonna move to the next step. I appreciate you all following along. 1978 Honda GL 1000 by the Dragon. Dragon says, peace out.